We told you the Democratic Party's turning on itself. It's imploding. We led the way. Drudge Report linked to our articles weeks ago, noticing what was already happening. Talk show host Donna Brazile, head of the DNC, Chris Hayes, Wolf Blitzer, saying the Clintons are bad news, hurt the Democratic Party. They finally figured out what we know, the globalism, the corruption. Listen, I hope the Democrats reform themselves and get back to populism and free market and prosperity. I'm not against Democrats or Republicans. I'm against the Democrats because they became so selfish and inwardly focused and, you know, so Kim Jong-un-like or basically Stalinistic. But we've got the big news here, ladies and gentlemen, since this dam broke in the last few weeks. Saturday Night Live, the big bellwether, the canary in the coal mine that killed its ratings going after Trump and all their lies and calling me racist with no proof. Alec Baldwin, Alex Jones, very racist, got it from him. All of that now suddenly turning against the Democrats. We're going to play the clip in a moment. Darren, what do you make of this?
I think it's exciting to see, but we knew this was going to happen. They have to stay relevant, so they can't just be anti-Trump all the time. It's killing their ratings. But I've always said, especially since Trump has been elected, a lot of people, unfortunately, they get their news, and their news source is from late night television. That's where they get the
You've been saying that for the 7 years you've been here in Infowars. Alice, we got to focus more on entertainment. That's where they're hitting us. And I'm like, I'll cover the news. But you're right. We've got to watch this and keep track of it because that's where the propaganda is. And
people like that. They like to escape. And these guys are funny. I'll admit, a lot of them.
And I do too. But why won't they let us escape?
Well, it's part of the establishment. And we know the media is part of the establishment. They use the media to help control the narrative.
And so what does it mean they've thrown their full weight behind propaganda in entertainment shows, comedy shows, late shows? What does it mean that more and more the Democrats are turning against Hillary? I think it signifies indictments, and everything they said about Trump on Russia is about to happen to them.
Absolutely. Like I said, they have to somehow stay relevant if they can, because they're losing power. They're losing, a lot of people, they're losing influence is what
I agree. So suddenly in the last 2 weeks, why are all the Democrats and their entertainment shows suddenly, who were like cult-like followers of Hillary and Bill, why are they suddenly turning on them? What do they know?
Well, they know what's coming out. There's a lot of stuff that's coming out. But even Donna Brazile, and I do credit her for coming out and exposing the Hillary campaign, but she's not gone far enough. I mean, her book is still called Hacking. She still says
she's covering her butt.
She's covering her own ass. That's what's going on. But look,
you've got a stack of articles there. Give us some of those headlines. I'm going to play this piece that we're going to analyze here and critique.
This one is pretty huge. I don't think you've seen this one yet. But the Huffington Post, they just yanked an article about Russiagate. This was a couple days ago. It was only up there for 24 hours. But the guy that wrote this, he is an award-winning journalist and UN correspondent for 25 years. His name is George Loria, I think that's how he pronounced his name. But he talked about Russiagate, and this article only lasted, like I said, for 24 hours.
And they pulled it. I saw it. I saw it today because it showed that basically it was Hillary.
Yes, it showed that it was Hillary. And check this out. The two sources that originated the allegations claiming that Russia meddled in the 2016 election, they were both paid for by the DNC and the Clinton campaign.
And what's incredible is you've got real journalists that can post around and tell the truth about this. They get shut down, which creates the Streisand effect. But let's expand on that. The fact that in this piece you're about to see from Saturday Night Live that Donna Brazile's the hero, again, shows how desperate they've gotten. Here's part of that Saturday Night Live piece that aired last night.
And now a message from the Democratic National Committee.
This Tuesday, Americans went to the polls.
And they told President Trump, we don't like what you're doing at all, sir.
And now one thing is clear. We're back, baby. The Dems are back.
Estamos de vuelta.
You love us again.
And we haven't felt this confidence since the day.
Back this up. Darren, everything they say here is what we talked about, how they really only won 2 Democrat states. They already won last election. They're imploding. They're delusional. They should be gotten rid of. I mean, it's literally word for word what Roger showed and I and you and others talked about last week. They're now saying it.
And how they stole the primary from Bernie Sanders.
Which is true, but again, and how Seth Rich was killed politically. Let's continue.
You love us again.
And we haven't felt this confidence since the day before Trump won.
You love our fresh new ideas delivered by fresh new faces like me, Nancy Pelosi.
And me, Dianne Feinstein.
And me, Chuck Schumer.
Y yo soy Tim Kaine.
And I'm team player Donna Brazile.
And we also have some great new leaders waiting in the wings, like hot young thing Elizabeth Warren. And also, that's right,
It's Biden time. And I'm still around too.
And together, we're going to end the spirit of divisiveness in this country by focusing on how we won the governor's races in 2 of the 10 states we care about.
and we learned our lesson from the last election. We can't just appeal to coastal elites. We need mouth breathers from Wisconsin
And window lickers from Ohio as well.
And we know that what Americans really care about is jobs.
Jobs like smuggling immigrants across the border.
And converting
totally
Confederate
visualized.
monuments into statues of prominent lesbian poets.
This is them realizing they've totally
We're
lost the
going to
public.
listen to people if they don't say what's politically correct. Like these comics out there who think it's okay to make jokes about concentration camps. That guy should rot in hell.
The Dems are back. And we won't stop now because we need another path for our country.
Another vision for America.
Another chance for me, Hillary Rodham Clinton. Just one more chance. And maybe
Go ahead.
one
They
more
totally
chance
understand,
after
Darren,
that.
that it's destroyed them. They finally woke up way too late. They
thought
should have
she
known
was
back
dead.
during the campaign.
I wouldn't get too used to this as well. I think they're still going to use their
And new
normal
blood.
format. I just think they're being forced to at
I
least
think
try and
that
have
of
a
course.
little bit
It could still
Of course.
fair,
This is our
fair and
time.
balanced.
Here's the
Our
key.
time.
Yo soy Tim Kaine.
And just wait till Bernie transfers his base of passionate millennial voters over to a new leader.
No, if you liked it, you should have put a ring on it. Pass.
So watch out, America. Because the Dems are back. We're back.
We're back, baby.
Cuidado, Senor Trump.
Because the Dems are back.
I will destroy all of this.
This ad was paid for by Mark Cuban for Republican president.
So what they're pushing is, this came out this week, Mark Cuban's going to try to take Trump out in the next primary
Yep.
in 2.5 years. And this is all the inside baseball, but this is their facelift. They're desperately trying to get the face sucker, the Clintons, out of there because it's killing them, literally killing their party. Not just saying that, it's the end of the Democratic Party.
A lot of these skits end up on social media, so that'll be on YouTube and it'll be on Facebook later. And I predict that will be one of their most viewed. You know, because this is the thing. They want you to believe that Donald Trump has, like a 30% approval rating?
Just like during the campaign, it's about 65.
Yeah, it's totally ridiculous. So
It's 65 with voters. It's about 50 with non-voters.
Yeah, so when they start doing more of this conservative type
it's like
of
57
comedy,
total.
they're going to get a lot more views and they're going to get a better reaction. I mean, most people, America is not full of libtards, right?
Well, I mean, let's expand on that.
There's a lot of them out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying the majority of people are patriotic Americans.
Well, also, Trump, 10 months in, 11 months in, is delivering on the economy and everything else. So they've got a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a big problem. When we come back, though, I'm going to be honest with everybody. I want to see the Democrats continue on being so idiotic in the public so we beat them. But we've got the Republican Party as well we've got to face. But the fact that they're finally waking up that no one's buying their BS means they'll finally be a harder opponent to beat because they're going to go back to lying more efficiently, not just selling their whole New World Order program. I'm going to come right back on the other side with Darrin McBreen to break down the more sophisticated program out there, the brainwashing that's hidden inside entertainment. Stay with us.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Every morning before I start writing or shooting a video, I take 2 capsules of Brain Force for a sustainable burst of energy. This is, without question, the most powerful nootropic I've ever taken, and it comes without any of the crashes or the jitters associated with energy drinks. It's additive-free, nothing artificial. It's Brain Force Plus. Read thousands of 5-star independent reviews right now and get your Brain Force Plus at InfowarsLife.com.